Hello, good morning and welcome to the second video, the fast track video for Web Design 2, IMED-2415. In this video we're going to be creating some folders and files in your local computer that we will upload to your server that will help out with navigation. We're also going to add some links to the files. These are not part of any assignment in particular, although you can use these tips for every single thing that you do in Dreamweaver. I'm going to open up my index.html file. That's the only page that I have currently loaded up into my server. I had already put in my name, the name of the course, and some placeholders for links. There will be an assignment 2 and 3. Assignment 1 is a critical thinking assignment, so you don't need Dreamweaver for that. You can just turn it in as it is. Hopefully you have done that already. Assignment 2, I don't have anything to link to since I've only got the one file in my folder. Assignment 2 will actually be inside another folder. I'm going to close the index file for now. I recommend that you only have one file open or none whenever you're working with Dreamweaver. Obviously none if you have multiple files and you're only working with the file server on the side. I'm going to right click on the blank area. Well, actually, better than that, rather than the blank area, I'm going to click and make sure that my root folder, that's the very top folder that says Site Web 2, is selected. I know it's selected because it's all highlighted in blue. I'm going to right click there and I'm going to tell Dreamweaver to create a new folder. It's going to be untitled and I can just type in assignment 02 and press enter to accept. Make sure that whenever you're creating files and folders not to use any spaces. If you use a space, it will be replaced with a percent sign and the number 20 and another percent sign, and the more spaces you have, the more complicated your naming becomes, and it confuses the user and it confuses the computer to a certain degree anyway. Assignment 2 is now a blank folder. It has no content, so if I know it's selected because it's blue, I'm going to right click on it and tell it to create a new file. I could have also gone to the file menu and say file new folder, but this is acceptable as well. Since my last file that I created was an HTML5, I'm working under the assumption that this is an HTML document and it's HTML5. I renamed it to index just by typing in that name, and now I have index.html inside of assignment 2. I can also create an assignment 3 if I select the root folder and right click and tell it to create a new folder, which will be called assignment 03. And there's going to be 10 assignments total plus a couple of projects, so I'm not going to be too concerned right now about doing all of this until we get to the next project. We'll start to build new folders as we go along. I'm going to double click on the index.html file inside of assignment 2, and I find that Dreamweaver's already put in some code and just basically says that we have a new document. It's untitled. I'm going to go to properties and say this is assignment 02. You can call it anything you'd like. Actually, I just typed it into the link, didn't I? So let me do that again. I'm going to click on untitled document and change the properties to assignment 2. Now that looks better. You won't see it on top, but it will be appearing in the file whenever we navigate to it. Like I said, these are unedited videos. Sorry about all the all the screw-ups that follow. Hopefully they won't be too bad. So don't have any links here yet, except I'm going to put in a little bit of content. We're going to replace this later in the next video, hopefully, and I'm just going to type in assignment 2, press enter, and I'll type in return to home page just to have something to link to whenever we get back to this. So now I have my index.html file inside of assignment 2. I'm going to save this just to make sure that it is saved. And I'm going to highlight the return to home page text. Find in my properties, in which, by the way, if you don't see properties below, be sure to go to your window menu, make sure that properties is checked. If it is checked and you still can't see it, you might have collapsed it. You can collapse these tabs by double clicking on the word of the tab And you can bring them right back up. If you see properties below like that, just double click on properties and it'll snap back up. So the property that I want to add here is going to be a link. There's a couple of ways that I prefer whenever making links. The easiest one is to find the link in the properties and click on the target that says point to file. I'm going to click and hold and drag, and I'm going to go and click on the index page. Actually, I'm not clicking. I'm going to release the button when I reach the index.html folder in the root folder. If you follow along, the root folder tells you it's at this level, it's at the root, it's at the very base of the structure of the site. Then it branches off into assignment 2, which in turn has another branch inside that has the index file. But now this index is telling it in the HTML code to go up one folder and find the index.html file. This is a relative link. So I'll save this file and save and close it. And I'm going to now open the index.html file in the root folder. This is the main one that's got my name, it's got the name of the class and the placeholders for the links that we wanted to use. Since I've already created assignment 2 with an index page, I'm going to highlight the assignment 2 text, make sure that it's highlighted on both sides, and it should be. And the link, I could click on that target again, click and drag, and tell it to go into the index.html inside assignment 2. But rather than doing that, I'm just going to Control Z that. I undid. It was done, but I undid it. I'm going to click on the folder on link and tell it to browse for file. And now I see that from my index page, I can see the assignment 2 and assignment 3 folders that I created. Assignment 3 is blank. I want to link to assignment 2, so I'll double click on assignment 2 and see that there's the index file. I'll click to select that the file name is now appearing on the in the box below, and I'll click OK. And now Dreamweaver has written the code for me. Assignment 2 is now linked to that page. You see the link has been added at the bottom as well. I'm going to save this file and I'm going to publish it. I'm going to publish it by clicking on the top right button that says File Management. Click on that, tell it to put, say yes and yes to all whenever that comes up, and actually it didn't, so it just went. I'm going to close index.html. Although I saved the index file from the assignment 2, it was not published, so I can either right click here on top of the file and tell it to put and say yes. And if you're ever in doubt that your site is being published, you can always click on the root folder on top, right click and tell it to put, and it will just put up the entire site. It'll just back it up onto your server. Make sure that you use this if you know that you have a small and manageable site. Otherwise, you might want to just go to the assignment 2 folder or whatever assignment you're working on, right click on it and tell it to put it. You can put it and it will just keep on writing over the old files. I'm going to navigate to my browser, which has now an assignment 2 that's showing me. If yours doesn't show, be sure to reload. Assignment 2, I will click there. It takes me to assignment 2 in the index file, and I see that it's got the return to home page, and it'll take me back to my index file, my root index file. Assignment 3 we still haven't done, but we'll do it whenever we get to it. And that's how you create folders. You create new files and you link them. We'll be doing this process repeatedly throughout the course. In the next one, we will put in the content that we need for assignment 2, so that we'll be erasing this. We'll probably be leaving the return to home page at the bottom, but we'll talk about that in the next video.